Before we get into the show, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Pelicans win 113-106 over the Dallas Mavericks. Presented to you by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media, located at 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media. Also, DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Boot Krewe Media. Sidecar, Rusty Nail, and the Company Burger located at 4600 Front Street 5. Lido, Chaz, Ross joining me tonight. Pels victorious. They had to win tonight. I know a lot of the fans said that they didn't think they were going to win. That will be something we'll get into later. But I expected them to win tonight. I thought that they get Dallas their third game in 4 nights. They get them on a back-to-back. Luka clearly banged up. And the Pels usually handle Kyrie pretty well. They did it again tonight, but 5. Let's start off with guy. We're going to talk about CJ McCollum because he deserves his flowers. But talk about Herb Jones, because I thought Herb Jones tonight shows you how valuable he can be to this team.
Elite defender, rotated really well. I thought he had a really good rotation. I think he wanted the challenge, right? Like he was searching for Luka. There was one play where I think he ended up hitting a Euro step on a fast break, and Josh Richardson ended up on Luka on the back end. He made Josh switch. He was like, no, I got him. And like when you see something like that, when you see something like a guy like Herb, it's nationally televised game, it's Luka Doncic. Like Luka's given Herb the business a couple of times, right? And for Herb to come back like, no, I got this. And then he scored the basketball really well. I think he made 1-3. Right.
I think he went 0-4 from deep, but he was effective offensively nonetheless.
Right. And well, even that, right? He was still aggressive in his shots. Maybe he made a jumper. It just was when it was counted as a 2. But either way, I think Herb did a really good job tonight.
Yeah. Ross, and we'll get to Lido because I'm excited to talk about Lido. I'm saving Lido for JV. Ross, Brandon goes out. And I think the Pels were up 16 or 18 at that point there late in the second quarter. And then CJ McCollum kind of exploded there late in the fourth. I think he scored 14 or 16 straight, something ridiculous. 12 of 22 from the field, 6 of 8 from deep. That's the CJ McCollum we all hope for. Can he continue that?
No, he can't. Like, I mean, it was an incredible quarter, but let's not be silly. I mean, if you're relying on that to win night in, night out, it's unrealistic. I mean, he went unconscious there for a few minutes. He was hitting really tough shots. Like that's the thing CJ can do from time to time. I thought there was that gap, kind of end of third quarter, like basically until CJ went nuts, where I was nervous we weren't going to get a basket the rest of the game. Like I thought it started to look really, really bad. And then CJ hit one and he hit another, and thank God he got hot, or else we lose this game. And so kudos to him for just kind of throwing this offense on his back for a quarter. So no, I don't think he can just like continue to do that. That was an unbelievable quarter. But yeah, I mean, we needed it tonight. I mean, this team is going to have to, I don't know if I want to get y'all's opinion on it. I thought it was just an absolutely pathetic coaching job by Jason Kidd. Like, did they not watch our last game? Like, how did they not play zone one time?
They did. They played it I believe, Jared, in the second quarter. I think they played in the second quarter. The Pels
for like an extended period of time?
No, it was a couple possessions.
I think they did in the second half too, because I think Trey attacked it and he tried to finish
over
the top.
Yeah. But they didn't play it as much as wow, I'm blanking on who did we play last? Who did we just play?
Kings.
Yeah, they didn't do it as much as the Kings did in the second half. Lido.
I mean, to answer this question though, Jason Kidd is not a good coach either.
Yeah, he's awful. He's terrible. I mean, I think he's terrible. Lido, so interested to see how you defend this tonight. JV played 7 minutes. I know he got in foul trouble there in the first quarter. He got two quick ones. Yeah. But you didn't see him even in the second quarter because Jax came in. We're going to talk about Jax. I'm going to talk about with Chaz. He's got to be frustrated, right? Listen, I know he had 5 turnovers. He wasn't that great tonight, but 7 minutes. That's got to be a career low as a starter without getting ejected for JV tonight. 7 minutes.
I mean, I have no defense for it. I mean, if he was in the game, let me ask you this: if he was in the game, what difference would they have given him the ball? Would he have been effective? Like, what would have been the difference?
Are you saying they're misusing him?
I mean, if you want to look at the last 35 pods that I feel like we've done for us, I think that yeah.
I'm on the flip side of this one. Like, what did you guys want? What did y'all want to happen tonight?
He's got to get more than 7 minutes, Ross. He's got to. I don't know.
One of the things, hear me out. One of the things we've been, I think, critical of Willie Green over is not going with like the hot hand, like just being a slave.
Still did. He put Billy in before Jax. Jax was the hot hand.
Being a slave to the rotations, like not just changing things up, like going with just throwing the same thing out there and seeing if it works. Like JV was not like, I mean, yeah, he got in early foul trouble, but like when he played, it's not like he was like, we won the game. And Toledo's point, I don't know that it would have mattered tonight. This is what, JV's second game off injury? It's the second game back? Third game? So whatever.
Second.
Like, I was okay with that tonight. I didn't think, like, I mean, we'll get to it. It sounds like I thought Jax played really well. Like, I wasn't sitting there during the game being like, where is JV? We got to get him out there.
In the fourth quarter, I wanted him in there. Go ahead, Leo.
I'll say this. He had a double-double when they played the Kings, I think 19 and 11. I feel like that was probably a better matchup for him, though. This game, how the Mavs play, is not really a JV game anyway. And again, it wouldn't have mattered because JV wouldn't have got the ball. There would have been switches. He'd have got Luka on him. There would have been Tim Hardaway on him, and he wouldn't have seen the ball. So, but let me say this. I want to say this about Herb. You were talking about, Five was talking about Herb. Herb Jones could be a very important player on the championship team. Herb does the little things. Herb does everything. Herb will play any style. He will commit to playing defense. He has some beautiful, he cuts so masterfully. He sets his guy up and he lulls him to sleep and he cuts.
He's the best screener on the team too.
He's easily the best. Well, JV. Well,
no, I mean like I'm talking about like IQ wise. Like
he's
the best screener on the team.
He's Herb. I just want Herb to do one thing when he catches the rebound, defensive rebound. I want him to just go. Like I don't want him to look for. Just go. Just he did it a couple times tonight. He got layups, or he attacked and he found an open shot. Like he did the. I mean, he was screening for Najee for three, but I mean, he set the double screen in the corner for Najee. So yeah,
he was fantastic.
I want to piggyback on that too for a second because I was pretty critical of Herb earlier in the year. I mean, came on here a bunch of times and said they're just not guarding him, and he's not doing anything. And I know we put a lot of that I think on the coaches just hiding him in the corner, and whether that's been a coaching change or a Herb change, like he's gotten markedly better as the season has progressed on offense. At moving without the ball, at being a smart cutter.
He's in the Draymond Green role, bro.
He's one of the things that, I mean, it was really, really effective tonight. And he had a couple big ones. But one of the things I found he's done is like he hit off the glass. I think he had, I don't know. Rebounds. Yeah, but how many of those were offensive?
Hold up. He had 9 rebounds, 4 of them offensive.
He had some big offensive rebounds tonight. And so he's added, at least it seems like to me, he's added a lot to his game on offense. And so, yeah, what Lito just said, he's been a pleasant surprise, I think, the last month.
And that's what we've been talking about with Trey and Herb, these lanky guys that are athletic to go get the rebounds. Herb had 9 tonight. Trey had 6. But another guy, Chaz, it's like we go through this cycle every year. Like I'm back on the Jax train, right? Like he just showed you. He just shows me a little glimpse and I'm back, right? Like I'm just like my high school girlfriend, right? We break up, she does something nice, I go right back to her. Jackson Hayes 6 of 6 from the field. He closes out tonight at 14 points. Does he deserve more run?
Well, I think Jax played really great tonight, right? Jax's athleticism is really he's gonna have the athletic advantage most nights. But I think it's very important, like this game, like with Jax, like with some guys on the team who make $30 million, to have self-respect and to have integrity and not fall for the, as Eddie Murphy once put it, the banana in the tailpipe, right? We look, it's a nice win. Luka was hurt again. Every time we played Luka this season, Luka's been hurt, right? Every game, right? Went out in the first game. Yeah. And this is the second game. CJ stepped up at home and like willed the Pelicans to victory. Did it in overtime the first game. Did it again. I thought Jax played really well. You see Jax playing with that aggression, that hustle. And again, no one can run with Jackson Hayes. No one can run with him. No one can jump with him really, except for that guy who dunked on him. But that was I was waiting on Jax to get a little payback. But Jax, it happens. If you're a professional in the NBA, especially like a big man, you're gonna get dunked on at some point. But took it like a champ. And I would have liked to see more Jax minutes and less Billy minutes, because I really didn't. Even if you thought JV was bad, what was Billy?
Thank you. Please.
Like if JV was bad, what was Billy? Like at this point, like he's been awful.
He can't be playing.
Can I say this really quick? I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, Justin. I really, really want to give credit to CJ McCollum for fighting through injury, right? Because we saw the last game when Anthony Davis got hit in the face. And he got hit in the nose. His nose was bleeding. I thought he was concussed. But he fought through injury. The Lakers won that game, unfortunately. Tonight, CJ McCollum, hands been bothering for quite a while now. He could have copped out. He could have said, I don't feel it today. He could have said, you know what, shut me down. I'm going to get surgery. No, but he stepped up. And I think 3 of his last 4 games, Portland, Golden State, and tonight, have been exceptional. So I want to credit CJ for stepping up to the plate and fighting through injury.
Presented you by Company Burger, located at 4600 Front Street. I can't get through that. Jarrett, you turned to me tonight and you asked me the rebound totals, and you think you are if you win the rebound rebound game, you're usually going to win that game, especially with that and free throws. Tonight, Pelicans out rebounded Dallas 49-34, and as we said earlier, Trey Murphy had 6 rebounds, Herb Jones had 9, CJ McCollum had 5, Dyson had 6, Najee had 6. Would you like from them hitting the glass tonight? Because that's what we've been wanting, especially from Trey and Herb, to be aggressive. And as Ross pointed out too, Herb had 4 offensive rebounds. That's the stuff you want to see come from the wings.
I mean, we talked about this maybe coming back from halftime. The team that we saw last year, the Pelicans, right? They were plus 10, plus 15, almost some nights on the rebounding glass when they started Jackson and JV. That's the difference. You were winning rebounding battles. You were getting extra possessions. And for the first, let's say 4 or 5 months, we weren't winning those rebounding battles. And tonight we did. Plus 15, I mean, that tells you who wins the game. That tells you, how the tide's going to turn. You got yourself extra possessions. But you shot, I think it was like at one point 38% from 3. Yeah. That's league average, but that's really good for a Pelican team that struggles from 3. So you got extra possessions, you got your crowd into it. I mean, the team plays pretty well at home. So I think they did a good job just getting extra possessions, keeping the crowd on their side. We talked about, did we talk about rotations? I don't believe so, but I wanted to bring this part up. In the fourth quarter, we had 12 to 15 point lead, and we brought back CJ and Herb, and I thought that was a little early. I think that might have been at like the 9:30 mark, and because it was like Dyson, Najee, Trey. I thought you should have let those guys run because they were getting shots. They were getting quality shots, and Willie pulled them, and I think that's kind of why they lost their lead. And I think that's kind of a feel, right? Like, I don't know if it's like a time essence thing for Willie and the coaching staff, but I think that's one of those times where you would like to see the staff kind of like go with the hot hand, because that team, that 5 was playing really well.
Yeah. Another stat, Ross and Lito, I want Charles' thoughts on that. 32 assists tonight for the Pelicans. I thought they moved the ball. I thought CJ still got a little Joel happy, but he got others involved, and that's what I thought. JV put up JV didn't put up a shot tonight, but the other 4 stars were all in double digits. Offensively, I thought they looked good tonight, Ross.
Yeah, you brought up assists, so I kind of wanted to bring Chaz in because you've been tough on Dyson. I felt like they used Dyson in a different way tonight than I've seen him used basically all year. Chaz, what did you think about the way Dyson was used in terms of just putting the ball in his hands as basically a de facto point guard with that second unit?
I've liked it in the past. Like I think Dyson is a connector wing type guy. I actually think Dyson is going to end up being a 3-4 guy. I liked it. I've always been favorable of that CJ Dyson lineup. Right, I always thought that was a really good lineup, especially early in the year when CJ was playing really, really solid defense. I think Dyson's cool, did what he needed to do tonight. Plays against Luka well. You know, to Luka's credit, he was hurt, but it don't matter. He showed up and he did what he needed to do. And I think Dyson and Herb are probably, aside from JV, 2 best rebounders, defensive rebounders on this team.
Wait, I'm glad y'all brought that up because Lito, I literally turned to 5 and I said, it's crazy what a real legit point guard does for Jackson Hayes. It is insane how he comes off the PNR and he collapses that defense. He threw a dime, man, to Jax on that lob. Yo, Jack's the real point guard in that hard roll, and you get shooters in the corners. Man, he could be a guy that really collapses the defense, kind of like what you saw from Powell tonight early on with Luka. It's kind of like what Jax should be for the Pelicans.
I mean, if he had a point guard, he'd probably be an NBA All-Star. Like he'd probably have 300 dunks in the season. Like he would. Because the thing is, like you were asking me earlier in the season about Najee, right? What was the difference in his production early in the season? And you know, we were talking about defined roles, confidence. When a player comes in and doesn't have to think about what they need to do in that role, it's so much easier for them to just be who they are. Like Jax is an athlete, and I think we put him in positions where you give him the ball on a block to do what? Like, what is he going to do? That's not his game. Like, he's not that person. You want him to shoot. I think he shot like a hook the other night, and it shocked the hell out of me. He made it, and I was like, oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but like, don't do that again. Like, just.
I think he made one tonight too. I think he made a little runner tonight.
He did make it, and yeah, man. Like, but listen, Justin, I gotta say this 2 things really quickly. Yo, everybody asked me about Jonas's defense. I feel you. Like he's a slow foot guy. Like he doesn't have great foot speed. But if y'all not gonna send Billy to purgatory, don't ever mention JV to me again. Because I have never seen worse defense.
Were people defending Billy tonight?
Bro, they added me in the tweets with you. They were talking about they were like, man, it don't even matter. Yo, listen, do not tell me about Jonas's defense if you're not gonna talk about Billy. Y'all send Billy home right now. Chaz, you said something a couple weeks ago. You said somebody was terrible, right? And it started with a BI, but I think you meant Billy.
It's possible. You know, hey, there's enough room for everyone.
I think you meant Billy. I think you meant Billy was terrible. I think that's what you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Billy was bad.
I mean, it was bad.
The last two games was terrible.
We'll need to see
not a good play.
Okay.
He's the MVP of the EuroLeague. What you mean?
Chill.
Man.
Hold tight. Can I talk about the JV thing for a second? When Luka wasn't coming back into the game, and you mean to tell me JV couldn't get back on the court? Like that's my like.
Bob, who would he have guarded with Bertans? And
it doesn't matter. It really didn't matter to me.
Oh, right? Exactly. Because 5, to your point, Bertans has to guard him.
Yes. So if you just give him the ball, right?
Yo, someone tweeted at me. I'm sorry, Jared. I didn't mean to cut you off because I don't want to forget this because someone tweeted at me he would be a net zero. And I'm like, that's fine because we're up 8 points right now. So if he's a net zero, then we're gonna win by 8. Like,
but I'm saying, giving a guy right, you have somebody like Bertans like on him in a post or Christian Wood. He's lunch meat. Yeah. He's lunch meat. You can actually get a shot at him, right?
I do wonder if he just didn't. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I do wonder if he sat for such a long period coming off injury that they were just like,
Who we talking about?
I mean, 7
JV.
minutes though. That's
Like
wild.
he didn't.
He
like,
only
didn't
missed
play.
like 2 games. I was like, who is I ain't.
But still, like he basically didn't play tonight, and so it would. I'd like part of me thinks it still would have been like you throw him out there in the fourth quarter, and he's basically just cold. I mean, I in theory, I agree with you, but I don't know. It didn't bother me quite that much tonight.
A guy like JB that doesn't take games off. You know what I'm saying?
Warrior.
Like ultimate warrior. Like, come on, dog. You want him to go play defense? Can you throw him a bone? They missed him so many times in the 7 minutes that he did play.
Lito, what's it?
Huh.
AD came on, right? I know I talked about this earlier, but AD came on talking about getting their bigs involved early.
Mm-hmm.
And when y'all have talked about it a lot, when you don't get involved early, and as Jarrett and Ross have been talking about, doing all the dirty work, even playing through injury, JV shows up every single night. That's got to be frustrating for him. It's got to be. He cannot be happy with his role right now.
I'm not playing hard. You don't get me involved. Like, why am I moving my feet on defense for what? What am I fighting the hedge on this for? Like, what?
Right.
Why we playing drop coverage? So now you want me to shuffle back? You want me to hedge this and shuffle back to my man? I'm not doing that. For what?
Everything is just so bad.
Well, someone would call that a not a team first guy then.
Well, has the team, like, what love has the team showed him? I'm sorry, Chaz, but like what love has the team showed him?
So do you think there's something there then?
Man, I want them to put JV on the team. You should have just moved him at the trade deadline. Like, you should have moved him at the trade deadline. You should have got a player that you want for that role.
Man, you know what's crazy, and this is loosely related because we had an injury today. Kevin Durant, we saw what happened to him.
Oof,
I hope he's okay. That was a crazy way to get hurt, right?
Yeah,
crazy. Devin Booker had 30 points in the first half. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. But I just wanted to say Devin Booker had 30 points in the first half. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's
Speaking
crazy.
of which, we do need to talk about this. I'm glad you brought that up. Zion. Let's start with you, Ross. What do you think he comes back? I want everybody's opinion on this. We'll go
No.
Ross 5, Chaz, and Lito will close it.
No, I don't. I don't think he's coming back.
Why?
Just based on the type of every injury he's had, he's been out longer than expected. Our training staff I felt like has typically held guys out longer than expected. And I don't know all the ins and outs of all that, but I'm not placing blame on anyone, with the player or the staff, because I don't know. I'm just speaking from the facts. Is that I feel like our guys are typically out longer with injuries than maybe some other people, Zion especially. And we're like 3 games under whatever we are, under 500. I mean, I won't belabor it anymore. I don't think he plays in the month of March. Maybe he comes back for those last
5. You recently talked to him, 5.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like he wants to play. I mean, but the hamstring thing is a sports injury for sure. If you dealt with it, it's something that isn't easily just to come back from. And for his style of play, it's his body type is really hard to come back from. Do I think he plays? I'm like 70% sure that he plays. I know that's pretty high, but I think he does play because I think he wants to play that bad. But if the team doesn't have a shot, I don't think he does.
And when you mean by shot, do you mean play in or playoffs?
Play in.
Okay.
To be honest, I mean, I'm setting the bar low, but if they don't even have a shot at getting to play in, or it's tough, like he's not coming back to play.
Okay, Chaz.
I think if left up to him, he'd play. I think.
Do you think it's, first off, before you get into your next thought, do you think it's left up to him?
Currently, no. I think right now, it's kind of one of those things where it's best for all parties involved, because I always go back to that initial Woj tweet. It's like, yo, this is not a non-significant injury. Like, this is a significant injury. Like, I think if there is if I'll say this, if he has the option to play, he's not going to say, nah, I can't go. He's gonna try, and even if he gets hurt again during the game, he's gonna get hurt on the floor. Like he's gonna go out there on the floor. He's not gonna chill. So I think if left up to him, I think he'll try. I say maybe with 10 games left, 6 games left, he tries to give it a go.
Leo, close it out. Zion coming back. Leo might be muted.
I don't see the reason for Zion to come back.
Why?
I don't want Zion to come back.
Why?
I don't want because it's a hamstring injury, and like it's no reason to make this worse. Like we are in, I don't know what place we're in right now, 9th, I think. Yeah, 9th to 10th, whatever. Like it's no reason to make this worse. Maybe if we get to the second round of the playoffs and he can heal by then, but like. Man, from everything I see with hamstring injuries, you see Bill literally missed a year and a half. Booker just missed 30 some odd games. I mean, you go through the list of players with hamstrings. Zion already has lower extremity issues. I don't want to compound that for this team that doesn't necessarily know how they want to play. That guy's going to come back and he's going to give. He plays hard. He's just going to.
And when you factor in overcompensating, because the pressure is on you to be like the savior now.
Yeah.
Well, I want to throw that out, Ross, and let you go. If he doesn't play another game this year, his rookie contract would be over, and he would have played in 37% of the games. 114 out of 308 games.
That's tough.
28 a year.
It's tough.
Did you want to? Ross,
lost 28 million this year too. That's tough.
Yeah, that'd be 28 games a year.
Since 2019, Brandon and Zion have played a total of 93 games.
It's wild.
Man, it sucks, but like that's not gonna help us this year.
I did want to, I guess, give you a flip side of your him should not come back thing, because we're 2 games out of the 5 spot, right? And we're at home for how many? Like 6 of 8 or something like that.
I think the last like 7 of 8. I think or something like that. And I know your next like 7 opponents have like a losing record or something along those lines.
So like let's just assume we win these next 4 at home, or I forget the exact. I think we have 3 more at home, and then we might go like on the road for
OKC, Portland, LA.
But let's just say you win those 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does that change your opinion on whether Zion should push it a little bit if it's left up to him? My personal opinion, it ain't left up to him. But
yeah, no, it don't.
Fair enough.
Nah, because like at the end of the day, bro, we the Pelicans. We snake bit. Like like he go step wrong in the layup line and.
Can't believe you can't think like that. I know it's crazy, but I mean that's positive.
Justin, just because I don't think like that doesn't mean it won't happen. I literally saw KD almost end his life tonight.
That was wild. That was scary. Yeah. I saw that video. Hope he's all right, man. Love to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments section. Do you think Zion Williamson's coming back? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are actually going to take off Saturday night, and we will be here Sunday night for the Sunday night show recap of the Portland Trailblazers. The Pelicans got OKC Saturday, Portland Sunday, then I think Lakers either on Tuesday or Wednesday. Huge stretch of games coming up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Pelicans 113, Mavericks 106. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Boot Krewe Media, ready for the underdogs, the upsets, and the unbelievable action from DraftKings Sportsbook. The biggest tournament is here. Just bet just $5 on college hoops and get $200 in bonus bets instantly by using code BOOT. It's down there, right there on the bottom right. All you have to do, use code BOOT. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly, win or lose. By the way, I do want to close off. UNC stinks. UNC stinks. Leo.
My physical therapist is a huge UNC fan. So I didn't say
what did I miss?
The worst number 1 overall team in the history of the sport belongs to the University of North Carolina.
No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that.
That's crazy.
But
the only number 1 I think it's the only AP number 1 ranked a preseason rank. They've lost 13 games. I think it's the only time it's ever happened.
Lord.
We blew somebody out tonight, man. But Herb stinks, man. He a terrible coach.
See y'all later.